Morning, Vooka Nation. Hopefully, everyone's doing good. My name is Banele, and as you can see, things are slightly different today because. Okay, seems like we are back. Thought I'd lost the sound for a second there. But good morning, Vooka Nation. Hopefully, everyone's doing good. And yeah, man, things are slightly different today because we're facing load shedding issues. And one might think that this is a setback, but I think the spirit of the Vuga Nation is that where there's a will, we will find a way. So, obviously, the goal is for us to go live, to stream, and to provide you the best news, entertainment, infotainment out there. So, essentially, that's the goal, and we're not gonna let load shedding or any of these other issues deter us from achieving that goal. So as a result, we've decided, look, if there's a will, we'll definitely go ahead and do it. And I'm streaming this from the comfort of my own home, but again, it's about that heart to heart relationship that we have together, right? Where we're saying this is who we are, like on the real. Yes, we may have a fancy studio, and and equipment and all of that, but at the core, we are still human beings, and we are not afraid to show ourselves and wear our heart on our sleeves so that everyone can see it. So this is who we are, and this is what we do as the Vuga Nation and the Vuga team. So yeah, happy to be here this morning. So today is a bit different, and as you probably can see in the title of this YouTube channel, not channel, for this video this morning, it is coined Throwback Thursday, right? Where it's not deemed as a normal episode like we normally do with these other streams, but then we fast ramping up towards episode 100, and it's going to be a huge achievement. And I think for me personally, I am reminded that with episode 100, it shows the amount of resilience that we as the Voga team have had to endure and employ, because we show that every morning we are going to show up regardless of what happens. In fact, some of you might already know that we did not stream yesterday, but we were able to record and shoot an interview with one of our guests. So, despite the challenges that may be happening around, we try and find ways to circumvent all of that so that we can move forward. So, what I'll do a bit later on is to share that interview with you so that you can see it, and hopefully you can gain value from that. And then also, last week we were at the Protea Glen Mall for the Youth Business Launchpad 2025. It was an absolute epic event because there was food entrepreneurs that were showcasing their food offerings, and we were there to capture that. We were there to interview some of these entrepreneurs, and I'll also be sharing that with you as well. But also, because it's a Thursday, and Thursday is spiritual alignment as well as technology, which is something that I'm very fond and passionate about. In fact, I think for most of my life, I've always been someone who's into technology, and yeah, there's quite a lot that I want to share with you with regards to some of the developments that have been happening. So looking forward to that. But yeah, again, because it is a Thursday, we do talk all things spiritual, and you'll see me look to the side because I'm trying to check the comments and the feed as and when it comes through. But today is not like the other days. And as mentioned, we did not phrase this as episode 93, but we are ramping up to episode 100. In fact, just this morning, I was just telling my brother that we have to do a launch for the Vooka Nation, for the Vooka Breakfast Show, when we hit episode 200. And the reason for that is because we've seen most of the time that businesses or other entrepreneurs, they will create a launch for a product or a service, and only to check that what they've done essentially, or the work that they have done to prove that this is who they are and this is what they do. They don't really have a track record. But in this launch, we are going to. Sorry about that, Vooka Nation. So, as I mentioned that when apologies about that data. Anyway, so I was mentioning that when we do the launch, we invite the Vooka Nation to take part, but it's going to serve two purposes. The first one is, yes, we are launching it and telling the world that we are here and we are here to stay, because at episode 200 it shows that we've got the resilience as well as the spirit to keep on keeping on, and that in itself should be a testament of the kind of work that we do, or the level of commitment that we have as a team towards making this thing work. And again, this is 2025 moving beyond, and yes, there is TV programs out there, and I think some of us or most of us have tried to apply or to audition for some of these roles out there, and we did not get them. So what do? Do we create jobs for ourselves, or do we say that there isn't any jobs? So this is exactly what we're doing. That's the spirit of the Vooka Nation. So with that being said, that's what we're going to do. So the launch will serve, number one, as a testament of the amount of work that we've done. So it will act as a celebration to say, wow, guys, you've reached 200 episodes, and trust me, to put together an episode, it's not easy. It's not easy. And you can imagine right now, I'm sitting here by myself and trying to relay the level of confidence, the level of determination that we have, but it's not really an easy process, right? People might say, you guys make it look easy. Well, that's a compliment, we accept that, but the truth is that behind the scenes, it is a difficult thing to do. But the more we do it, the easier it becomes. But then when things start getting easier, that's when we start looking around and saying, hey, what can we step up? What can we improve? So over the past 90 episodes, there's just been a whole lot of improvements, and we're happy that we've reached this milestone where we are gearing up to 100. So when we reach 200, we think that we should be on a different level. And right now, we've done 92 episodes, but in these 92 episodes, we've managed to do quite a lot. So in terms of the segments that we offer, we've got food. Mondays, we've got motivation. We've got, like today, spiritual alignment. On Tuesdays, we've got business blogs. We invite entrepreneurs. Wednesday, it's Know Your Rights, comedy, and all of that. We've managed to scale up to such an extent where we now have the Vooka members, right? So if you're a Vooka member, you know exactly what I mean, because whenever you post a message on the chat, you've got a star next to your name, meaning that financially so you're also supporting the channel to become what it is. So looking back 92 episodes, we've built a product, a service that people resonate with, and we super excited about that. Is it going to be easy moving forward? I hope not, because for me personally, when things are easy, they're not really worthwhile, right? Yes, we can reach a level where things are comfortable, where we've got, let's say, either a generator in studio so that if there is load shedding, we don't experience any of these issues. But the work itself is something that should always feel like you are, pushing towards a better you. So when investing in oneself, it's always about that 1% improvement that I keep telling people about. So yeah, that's number one. That's number one in terms of the launch when it happens, is to celebrate the 200 episodes that we have done. I mean, we have Vooka Daily, that's our website, and we write blogs, we write articles on the website where we cover the guests that have visited the studio, that have sat down to have conversations with us. That's up and running. It's not something that's in the future. It's here. So if you go to vookadaily.co.za, you should be able to see the website right there. And then when it comes to the memberships, it's something we've launched, and we've got 3 tiers. We've got silver, we've got gold, as well as platinum, right? So this is your contribution or your way of showing us that you want to support the Vooka Breakfast Show. So that's in the bag. We've done that. But another thing that we are also proud about is the partnerships that we've been able to establish. I mean, in April we were at the Rand Show, right? And we managed to stream from the Rand Show. We managed to interview prestigious individuals like the MECs, the MMCs, for health, as well as for it's skipping me right now, but I'll remember in a second. But all of these individuals, including the SANDF, right? So we're talking about people that are up there, and yeah, the SNDF, I mean, Mr. Shabalala came through in studio, right? He came through to our studio, and the interview's up on our channel. So we've managed to do that. We've gone to other places where we've streamed from, and as mentioned of recent, we are striking these partnerships with malls to showcase what the Vooka Breakfast Show has to offer. So quite exciting, and this is only episode 92, so we've done quite a lot during that time. So I can only imagine the next 100 episodes, what that would look like. So once we reach the 200 mark, that's when we're gonna do the launch, but it will probably be around the December time. So hopefully it should be around the beginning of December, so that we don't do it around the time when people are traveling. But once we've reached 200, for me, that's when I think that doing a launch will be absolutely worthwhile, because it's showcasing what we have done, and then also a launch is celebrating what's to come. Okay, so we'll then definitely say, look, we've done 1, 2, and 3, and this is about this is what is about to come. So looking forward to that. But it will be around the December time, but we will keep you posted, we will keep you informed on what's happening there. And yeah, so I think the ramp up between episode 100 and 200, there's going to be a lot. As mentioned, yes, we have the memberships, but one thing that we also want to introduce is merchandise. Okay, and the reason for that is because sometimes when you are part of a movement, and let's just say you've got the t-shirt that talks about the Vooka Nation, meaning that despite the challenges forward, okay, so apologies Vooka Nation, the network is not networking. Yeah, but anyway, so once we reach that 200, I think we should have accomplished quite a lot. And then when we throw the celebration party slash launch, I think it's definitely something that's going to be worthwhile. And it's good to also unwind at sometimes to, de-stress, celebrate the achievement that we have done. But I can definitely say this, that The reason why we keep doing this every day, yes, it's something that's also in us, and we want to make sure that this succeeds, but also the love and the response that we keep getting from the Vooka Nation is beyond comparable. So I see that there's a few comments here, but I'll get to them in a second. So yeah, that's the plan moving forward, because we're reaching episode 100, and a lot has happened for that. For us to be here. So I'm just gonna go through a couple of messages here as soon as this thing opens, right? I think it's internet or Wi-Fi. Play. Okay, hopefully the network stabilizes. Okay, all right. So as mentioned earlier, this is where we are right now, and looking forward to the next 100 episodes. So definitely we're going to celebrate the first 100, and I mean, if it's possible, we'll probably try and do something in studio. Okay, but now with that being said, obviously the next 200 episodes means that we need to, step up our game, right? Because there's a lot of ideas or things that we've wanted to do, and we haven't really gotten the chance, because as much as we want to do all the shiny things that people can see, there's a lot of work that needs to be done on the back end, on the processes, on the systems that we have internally, so that we are able to give you better content. So even from delivering news, just the other day we were talking in studio about the kinds of news that we want to deliver. So we're looking at shying away from news that does not really contribute to you towards you having a feel good morning, right? But we're looking at news that will keep you informed with what's happening. However, we need to ensure that we provide news that will give you that upliftment for you to start your day. And then also with regards to content, the goal is to make sure that it is geared towards giving you that energetic start to your day, right? So yeah, looking forward to that, and hopefully you will continue to support us. But at the end of the day, it's about us giving. So now that the network is a bit stabilizing, maybe we'll talk for the next couple of minutes to see if it does. But if not, what I will do is to upload the videos that we shot at the Protea Glen Mall, so that you guys are able to see the different interviews that we had. And so yep, that's that. And the other thing that is also top of mind is that we've got the website that's currently running, and as mentioned, we're looking at pushing out merch, but then we're gonna skip the winter season for now. So the merch that's gonna be coming out, we're looking at September, October, but we're looking at basic merch for now, like a t-shirt that has a positive message that's printed right at the front or at the back, and it's really centered around being part of the Vooka Nation, right? So yep, a lot still needs to be done. And I was telling Mo just the other day that, look, we hope and pray for certain things, and when they don't happen, they might seem like it might seem like it's discouraging. However, some of the things that we had wanted, like for example, there was a time that we thought that if we get a car, it will accelerate how we do things, right? However, now that I look back, it would have been cool if we had, mobility to be able to go around, capture interviews, shoot from different locations. But we had to sort of like fix a few things on the way that we do things. So even from the news or traffic or the weather, we had to fix those few things first in order for us to come up with a show that is really engaging. So right now, what we are busy with is really doubling down on the script or the call sheet, right? So whenever we start a show, we have prepared a call sheet for the presenters to make use of, and that call sheet basically guides the presenters to say, look, this is what we're starting with. After this, we're going to move on to this, to this, to this, to this. And so far, it's coming along quite nicely, and it still requires a lot of work. But if you ask me, 10 or 50 episodes before, did we have a call sheet? Yes, we did, but it's nothing like what we have today. And I believe that the one that's going to be the one that we're going to be producing 50 episodes from now, or when we hit episode 200, it's absolutely going to be different from what we do right now. And we also leverage technology, right? So because I do have quite a nice background in tech, we do employ techniques like being able to co-author documents together. And when I say co-author, people working remotely, they're able to contribute to that call sheet, doing research, topics, guests when they come through, and all of that. So it's really looking up. It's really looking up. So today, as Throwback Thursday, I'm just looking at all the episodes that we've covered in the past. And then I'll probably just take you through that, share my screen with you, and show you, episode 1, episode 2, maybe skip to episode 7, 9, 10, 20, and up until where we are today. But it doesn't end here, because we're only as good as the last piece of work that we had put out, right? So, I'm going to show you that, and then I also do have some comments right here on YouTube, and first one is from Tembi, saying that wakey wakey Vooka Nation, and absolutely we are awake, we are here, and the fact that you also woke up to be part of this live stream means absolutely a lot. So thank you so much for that, because I was a little bit worried since yesterday we didn't have electricity. But I mean, I just kept on thinking about the Vooka Nation, that they are going to expect to log onto YouTube and see the way. And saying a very good morning, team, hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, hashtag Sivugile, hashtag Amavuka Amahlo on a Thursday morning, hashtag happy to see Vooka team rise and shine, stay blessed. So, I'll say this, right, where in the age of social media, I'm surprised that my mom, yes, she does make use of WhatsApp and all of that, but now she's making use of hashtags, right? So maybe I can attribute this to my niece. Maybe they're teaching her, or whenever we say in studio hashtag, but essentially the hashtag is a means of tagging certain keywords, so that tomorrow when people search for hashtag Vooka Nation, they will find all of the episodes. So it's there's different ways to get to the same destination, but I'm happy. So it doesn't mean that we only stream for a certain limited group or age group, but we stream for everyone. Okay. And then she comes through again saying happy Thursday, stay focused, and thank you so much. Thank you. I mean, as much as we feel like we've done a lot, but it is about remaining humble. It's about remaining humble, keeping our heads down, and marching on, because the moment we start feeling like we've arrived, that's when pride kicks in, and as the Bible says, that pride comes before the fall, right? So before the fall, there's usually pride. So it's something that we need to guard against, but the proof is in the pudding, so it's in the work that we do. And then Mbali comes through saying good morning, Vooka Breakfast Show. Have a blessed morning. Thank you so much. Hopefully, you guys are also enjoying your school holidays. And yeah, it's by intention that we want to make this breakfast show a family-friendly breakfast show. And I'm thinking that my daughter or your kids can be in a safe space where they can watch inspirational content that is family friendly. Okay, so yes, we do touch on certain topics, but PG, parental guidance, is also needed in some instances where it's an opportunity as a parent to educate or to guide as a parent your child that you are watching with. So super happy about that. And then I've got another comment from Simami Kalani, my sweetheart. Good morning, Vooka Nation. Throwback Thursday. Good morning. Good morning. She's actually on the next street, just here. So maybe before you go to um, your course school, you can do a 360 this side. But anyway, so I'm just gonna take a short break. I'm gonna give you guys the weather, and then I'll play you some of the episodes from the Protea Glen Mall, as well as the episode that we did yesterday as well. So thank you so much for the comments. Thank you so much for the love, and let's check out the weather update right now. Okay, welcome back, Vooka Nation. So, I'm trying to play this video here, and excuse me if you watch me or see me staring down. That's because I'm operating something here, and I'm pulling up the videos. But as a Throwback Thursday, I just want to play episode 1 of the breakfast show, what it looked like, how terrible it was, and all of that. So. But it's evidence that we've come a long way, absolutely come a long way. So let me just pull this up. Hopefully I can also get through the audio as well, but just give me a second. Let me just grab episode 1 here. Okay. Let's grab episode 1. Go to the live stream. And by the way, if you also want to go back and watch these episodes, you're absolutely welcome to do that. So I'm just waiting for it to load here quickly. Going back in time. Man. And one thing we should absolutely bring back is those games we used to play, right? So I've got episode 1 here, and guess what? It was only, how long was it? 1 hour 30 minutes. 1 hour 30 minutes. But we dived in, and here we are. We created it. So let me just see if I can switch to it here quickly. One second. Yes, you guys can see it. Just give me a sec. Sorry guys, just using one laptop here, but just want to check if you guys can see it. There we go. Okay, so just want to check if I can get sound coming through. Okay, just give me a second. In fact, what I need to do here is to switch to the other screen and then pull it this side. There we go. So you guys are getting a glimpse of behind the scenes, some of the tools that we use. Okay, cool. So you can see that now. Let me see if I can play back the audio. Okay, so the audio is not coming through, so I have to troubleshoot this live in order for you guys to see this. But yep, so this is episode 1 that we did, as you guys can see, and we've got these boom arms. And they're quite distracting because you know, when you're looking, or when you want to see people's faces and you've got these overarching boom arms, then it becomes a little bit distracting for one to see that. But this was episode 1, and let me just try and get the audio so that moving forward we do have audio right here. Just give me a second.
Social media. You don't know that guy? No. Okay. But it's those types of voices. Yes, Katie, you mentioned the guy. Yeah.
Almost there.
In society, those are some of the misconceptions and perceptions we should start breaking, and stereotypes, right? Because we are, and it happens on both sides of the gender spectrum. Ladies will go, or not all, of course. I don't like generalization.
It's a very dangerous thing for me personally. I don't know. But you'll find a lot of ladies going in Dotamaster, and this is a standard. Wait.
Gender wars.
You understand? What happens when you start pulling statements like, for me, this is how I see it in my mind. I read some statement out into the public, and speaking with people and having discussions
Yeah.
is that we start having standards, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the next person needs to live up to those standards, and they build up and they build up and they build up, because you can't have one. When you want one and you feel like it's been met or it's not being met,
But it's your life.
look, each to their own. That's why I get generalized.
Yeah.
So it's things like indota, axi indota, mayenza, puff and shine.
Yeah.
It's things like
Okay.
that. You get what I'm trying to say?
Okay.
And it's like, look, man, I like looking good and taking care of myself. What does it have to do with
With
anything?
my manhood, yeah.
Absolutely.
My masculinity,
Understand.
yeah.
Now it's a thing. As a guy, I need to start defending and standing up for my masculinity.
Yep, so that was episode 1. So I just want to make sure that I'm both in view. Cool. Sorry for the double logos, but yep, that was episode 1. So let's just quickly go through it here. And yeah, man, like these were the first words. Let's just see who said or who uttered. Okay, Pierre, that we were using, which broke down, by the way. We were using which broke down, by the way. We were using a 6-channel mixer, and it died. I think maybe it was episode 30 or something. It died, but luckily we had a spare. So yeah, let's continue. So let me just check if the audio is there. No, it's not. Okay, something I did wrong. Give me a second. So the audio should feed through from here. Okay, and then I'm just gonna mute mine so that when this one comes through, I should be able to see.
As you know it, isizolontsha i-breakfast show.
Yes, ma'am.
And then just sishilele kamnandi nje yazini yimi nabangani bami ngithi hello hi.
Indeed, not forgetting that we also have, one of our members right here, but she is not on the table.
Yeah.
We're just gonna
Yes.
throw the camera to the couch and let her introduce herself.
Yes, guys, it is me, your girl, your positivity.
Hey, come on.
OTC.
Hey, come on.
Gamazibugo Shashabalala, and I am with you on the Vooka.
Okay, so just double check if the sound is okay, because again, we want to provide you with an epic experience. Okay, so as mentioned earlier, that the first person to say hi on the show was Mo.
aka Max, Max for maximum temperature. And I am not alone, obviously. I am with my team.
Yo, good afternoon, South Africa. Hope you're having a wonderful afternoon. Get Friday, show me where la talento. And you're chilling out here with your girl Alfie Berry, but you can also call me Miss Berry Blaze. But the darker the berry, the sweeter than tuntun. Imnandi mamya mama lam like teka tekon but marloko famba na mweta komaka. And I remember one if I'm gonna put them in a so me so.
Hey, I love it. I love it so much, man. The energy.
So, as you can see with this episode, there's Mo, which he gets the bragging rights of being the first one to say hi first on the breakfast show. So, props to you, Mo, because you're the first one to say Sanbonani, hello, Vooka Nation, and then there's Afriberry, and then Mist, as well as Uketiu as well. So this episode was on a Friday, right? It was on a Friday, and it was a good way to start. But planning or brainstorming towards that, it really took a lot because we were really not sure what we were doing. But then we thought, guys, let's just dive in, right? So I'm super happy about that. And yeah, let's just see how the intros went.
I love how everybody is like multilingual. I would love to be like that someday. I promise you. It's great, man. Look, the one and only MOOC. I'm an international musician, man. All the way from Top Santon. This is right next to Zondi Hills and just before you get to Bromfisher Kloof. And of course, like Mo just said, this is the VOOKA Vooka Breakfast Show. But of course, this is the launch, and for now, it's in the afternoon and we're hanging out, just having an amazing time. And of course, like everybody just mentioned, that we're not alone. Of course, we are also with an amazing lady.
Ikanjalo ukhethiwe Kate wakamnguni, as you know it, isizolauncha i-breakfast show.
Yes, ma'am.
And then just sishilele kamnandi nje yazini yimi nabangani bami ngithi hello hi.
Indeed, not forgetting that we also have one of our members right here, but she is not on the table. We're just gonna throw the camera to the couch and let her introduce herself.
Yes, guys, it is me, your girl, your positivity.
Hey, come on.
UTC.
Hey, come on.
Gamazibugo Shashabalala, and I am with you on the Vooka Breakfast Show happening in the afternoon. We are here to discuss everything breakfast. We are here to start your day. We are here trying to put the energy back into you. Everything that the world tried to take out, we try to put back in.
Come on.
Preach, sister, preach.
So, I mean, that was an epic introduction from TC. And yeah, that was episode 1. Funny enough, when I look back and I watch this, I see that it was a Friday afternoon, not even in the morning, guys, not even in the morning. So I guess it also shows that if you want to start something, just go ahead and do it, because when it comes to waiting for the right time, it's never gonna come, right? So we did it Friday afternoon, as much as we call it the breakfast show, but we were like, look, you know what, if we do not start, I doubt this will ever happen. Okay, so we had to just go through with it. Okay, so those were the intros, and yeah, we didn't have any guest. So I'm just gonna pan through here just to see some of the topics that we were talking about on that day. So yeah, I'm just gonna try and find a spot here, hit play.
Let me tell you,
man.
there's people, because when you walk into the space, you would feel like, hey, there's clutter, but because it's my space, I know where everything is. You understand? And I think maybe that's why Kate
Episode 1, they can absolutely go and do that. And now that I look back, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, man, this was good. This was definitely good, and happy about that as well. So yep. Just check something here. Okay, so yeah, that was episode 1. So I just want us to move to, let's say, episode 2 or 3 and see where we were. and maybe at the time, we were not doing things in the afternoon. But I also remember it was a bit of a struggle to become consistent, and here's what I mean. So we did episode 1, 2, 3, but what would happen is that we would skip a day or two and then go live. It sounds like something that's in the past, because right now we're just used to going live every single day, every weekday. But there was a time when we would go live, skip a day or two, then go live, and so on. And I remember maybe it was around episode 15 or towards 20 where we were excited because we had finished an entire week and we had gone live the entire week, right? And that was a huge accomplishment. It was something that was absolutely huge for us because we managed to go live the entire week. It sounds like, come on guys, you do this every day. Yes, now we do this every day. It's easy, or we've made it look easy, but back then there was a lot of things to consider. Okay. And we've learned a whole lot of tips and tricks and techniques. For example, right now, maybe you guys can see this, but I'm actually controlling the stream from my phone, and I'm using this as a secondary monitor. Okay, so you can still see me right there. You can see the audio signals popping up and down, but yeah, so we managed to stream and go live. Okay, managed to stream and go live for a full week, and then the more we did it, it became a norm. So right now, not going live, we don't accept it. It's an excuse right now. So we've reached the level where if we do not go live, it's an excuse, not even a reason. Okay, so yesterday we were supposed to go live and we did an interview. However, because of the battery life of the laptops, we couldn't really, go live, but we still worked. So there's no excuses. So if you want to start something, please go ahead, do it now. I was watching a podcast of one of these big Canadian YouTubers. I mean, he started his YouTube empire when his wife was pregnant. They were staying with a friend, and that's when he started. So it's about starting. So if you want to start that business now, you need to do it now. You're gonna mess up, that's fine, but the goal here is that you need to fail moving forward. And please don't get stuck in that loop, right? There's a loop that most people get stuck in, because the first thing you would hear is that, hey, this business or doing this or selling this, there's a lot of money there, and you're uninformed, and you go into that business and then you realize that, you know what, I've seen people make it in this particular business, but then why am I not making it? The reason for that is because you go into something and you're not that well informed. So that's the first step, and I think everyone starts there. Now the second step is, once you're still uninformed, or you still don't know what you're doing, but you're informed now, you're slightly more informed about what's happening in the business. Now this is where most people just crash and burn and give up. But then this is the critical moment where, when you move from that still not sure how the business works, but you are now at least informed, this is where you can now go into, you are informed and you know what's happening in the business. And this is where we are transitioning to, because we are talking to advertisers. We're talking to people to come and sponsor certain segments. We're talking to people to come through for interviews. I mean, we've been doing that, and it's becoming a norm for us to have different types of individuals come through to the show. And just, I think a month ago, we were making a joke that, in terms of the type of people that we have on the show, we do have African people from other countries, from Zim. We've got pastors, we've got traditional healers, we've got people that inspire, we've got white, black, you name it, Indian, colored. It's remarkable. It's absolutely remarkable. So we're on level 3 now. Level 3, which is, we know what we are doing and we have an understanding of the industry. because it's two different things for you to know what you're doing, but you don't have an understanding of the industry. And we don't necessarily want to beat the system. We just want to make sure that we work with the system. Okay, so we had an interview with Stair. Was it on Tuesday? Yep, on Tuesday. And he was talking about, look, just don't beat the system. Just know how to navigate the system to get what you want. Okay, so this is where we are, and I think level 4, this is where we thrive. This is where we thrive. But trust me, it's not going to be easy. The fact that I'm sitting here right now, I'm starting to enjoy this entire live stream. But I was worried in the morning. I was absolutely worried. I was tearing my hair out, the one that I don't have. But now that I'm in it, I'm enjoying it, right? So I've started exercising, and I'm talking about small exercise like push-ups around the house, and I'm reaching a point where I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. So make sure I drink 2 glasses of water every morning before I leave. I make sure that my bed is dressed. Like it's these small little habits. But anyway, I digress. So let's go back to the Throwback Thursday. But that was episode 1. I'm super happy about it, and this is something that we can put in our resume as all of us, the Vooka team, that this is what we did and this is what we produced. So there's the guys that are front of camera, like here. Okay, these are the guys that are front of camera, but they also tremendously contribute towards the content that we put out. And then there's me. Most of the time I'm working behind the scenes. And then there's also the team that I have to give a shout out. Don't know if we've ever done this before, but there is Fifi and Richie. So they're responsible for reaching out and finding guests to come through on the show, and we try and balance it. So let's I mean, with the Vooka Breakfast Show, yes, we're streaming from Dobsonville, Soweto. However, we are also saying that it is from Soweto to the world. So we try and get people that represent the entire world of what's happening. Although there is that cultural thing that this is Kasi based, but then if I am wearing this t-shirt right now, or this hoodie, or I'm using this Logitech microphone or headset, this Logitech microphone comes from the US or comes from wherever. So it's from wherever it comes from to the world, and I'm using it. So why shouldn't we create products or services or even infotainment like we do here that is from Soweto to the world? Hence, yes, we do talk some vernac here and there. However, we try and make sure that it's English based so that most people can understand. And trust me, we're not going to stop here. Yes, we want to saturate the whole of SA, but then Africa is our entire playground. Okay, Africa is our entire playground. So if we start having people from different countries, please, make sure show love. And once we start going up on location at the Rancho, so it's from Soweto to the world. Anyway, that was episode 1. It was epic. I enjoyed it. And yeah, one of these days I should go back and watch it. So let's go to episode 2. And it was about 2 hours. Okay, it was about 2 hours. And let's see.
How the industry is shaped and is run and is placed to function.
So TC is on the table today, right? TC is on the table, and you can see in the background the TV. We added the logo of the show, and then as you can see, the wall behind, there's a nice purplish color light that we added just to give that aesthetic look. And yeah, TC has red hair here. Okay, so but it looks good. However, as mentioned, you can see that the boom arm is obstructing TC's view, and I'm curious to see from which episode did we get rid of it. So yeah, and then we've got
First of all, I haven't seen the advert name.
Same.
And to the same person that authorized you, authorize this ad, thunder
It's
fire you.
shocking.
I don't, and because for example, I definitely sure they even paid that person millions just to do a 2-second appearance.
Yes.
Why can't we shine our African stars that we have?
Okay. Now
Pick and
it
Pay is
speaks-
already a booming store
doesn't
in South
speak-
Africa
It
and
doesn't
different.
speak to Pick and Pay.
But
I
Rick,
think this is Rick Ross when he did the Pick and Pay ad. There was a conversation around it that can't we have a local musician get paid just to do a feature on, on that ad. So that was the conversation. But I'm interested to check if whether or not we were doing news at the time. So, or did we just go straight into it? And this is episode 2, by the way, right? As you can see right here at the top, episode 2. And let me just see if we had news. Oh, so this is how we started the show. Let's have a listen. So we didn't have music at the time. Sure, you can hear the voices.
And you're ready to what promises to be your favorite rendezvous every morning between Monday and Friday. We're going to be taking care of you right here on Vooka Breakfast Show with myself, the one and only MOOCEE Mist. My name is Musi Mist, and I couldn't be happier to be here with you right now. And you know what it is, man. I am not alone. I'm never going to be alone. I'm with this lovely lady standing right next to me. How are you doing, Mama?
I'm okay, and you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. So great to see you.
Oh, it's also wonderful.
Yeah,
to see.
yeah.
Good morning, South Africa. Welcome to the Vooka Breakfast Show with your girl, Berry, also known as Miss Berry Blaze. But the darker the berry, the sweeter than Don.
Yeah.
I hope you're having a wonderful morning with this very cloudy yet rainy day. Now
Yeah.
we're going to have a very jam-packed show for you. Be sure not to go anywhere. Don't Zell. Stay here with us.
So we have a jam-packed show like everybody just mentioned, and we can't wait for you to get into the conversation with us when we get into our different and various segments throughout the entirety of the show. But with that being said, stay tuned and also do follow us across all our social media platforms. We go by Vooka Breakfast Show. So that's Vooka Breakfast Show on Facebook and all other social media platforms. But for now, let's head over to our topical desk with the one and only maximum temperature, Mweketsi, my money, and I'll see you later. Cool stuff.
Thank you so much, guys, for bringing it
Oh
over.
man, I love this because as a technical person, whenever we transition from one segment to the next, there's a thing called a J cut and an L cut, but these are technical terms. However, simply put, a J cut, essentially you start seeing the person first and then the audio follows through. Okay, so you start seeing the person first and the audio follows through. So in this case, Musi will then hand it over to Mo, but then we see Mo first and then the audio follows through. Okay,
Vooka Breakfast Show. So that's Vooka Breakfast Show on Facebook and all other social media platforms. But for now, let's head over to our topical desk with the one and only maximum temperature, Mweketsi, my money, and I'll see you later. Cool stuff.
Thank you.
right. So you first saw Mo and then you started hearing his voice. So it's something we should be doing quite a lot. But I've seen that when doing these kinds of effects, we have to build it into the entire process or system in order for it to become a thing, right? So but I'm happy that we were doing this on episode 2.
So much, guys, for bringing it over here. And by the way, you guys look very good today, and I hope everyone at home they're looking good, because this is the start of your energetic day right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, located right in the heart of Soweto, which is Dobsonville. My name.
So let's just see, did we have news back then? And let's see
126 others were rescued after a prolonged rescue effort at the closed Bafofontein mine in the Northwest Province.
Oh, we did.
Treason
we
accusation.
did.
The party of South Africa's ex-president Jacob Zuma has filed a treason complaint against AfriForum, a group championing the white Afrikaner minority, after Donald Trump attacked the country's new land law. U.S. President Donald Trump has ordered a halt in US aid to South Africa, citing the country's Land Expropriation Act and its genocide case against Israel. The proposed Africa Energy Bank, which aims to fund oil and gas projects.
Right, so that was news on episode 2, and then did we have sports? Let me see.
Good morning and welcome to the Vooka Breakfast Show. I'm Moketi Maimane and this is your sports update. On top, in the scoring followed by Lucas Ribeiro's brace. Tebo Mokoena sealed the win with a 78th minute goal. In other news, Royal AM owner Sean Mkhize has reportedly lost her battle with SARS over the team's tax-related issues. The ruling gives SARS control over the team following Mkhize's failure.
News that we do, little improvements that makes a huge difference, because I'm listening to it and I can pick up the differences, and it's one of those differences that one cannot really communicate, but you somehow see it or hear it when you compare them side by side. And if you've been watching the news that we do today, so by no means am I saying this is bad. In fact, this is good, because I'm looking at it and I sort of like the background as well. So maybe we'll talk with the team if whether or not do we continue with the existing background, or once we hit episode 101 do we then change the news background just to spice things up a little bit. But it's one of those things where you can't really put your finger to it and say this is the reason or that's the change. Similar to when someone comes to you and says, look, there's just something, when someone comes to you and says, look, there's just something different about you, but I just don't know what it is, and you yourself.
Plymouth knocked out Liverpool with a 1-0 win. Hardy scored the decisive penalty in the 53rd minute. We'll keep a close eye on these developing stories and bring you updates as more information becomes available. That's all for now. Share your thoughts on these matches and the Royal AM saga with us on social media using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. My name is Moketi Maimane. This was Vooka Sports News. Right now we're going to head over to TC Wagwamazibugu to give you your traffic update.
Beautiful, I like that.
Vooka Mzansi, it's been a busy and wet morning in Johannesburg, and here's your traffic update for today. It's the usual morning peak hours traffic from 6 until 8, with heavy traffic on the M1 and N1 highways. Expect delays due to increased volumes. The roadworks on the N3 near the Johannesburg CBD are causing further congestion, so please be cautious. Minor accidents have been reported on the R21, leading to further delays. Drive safely and cautiously on the roads due to the wet weather conditions. With that being said, let's head on over to your weather update for today.
Oh man, that was good, TC. That was absolutely good. And then we've got weather, so we've kept it more or less the same, but as you can tell, there's no music behind it, right? So we've added music just to make it more interesting. And the way weather looks like today, the background has changed. It's much more warmer colors, so that's a change we've made, so I'm happy about that as well. And then yeah, back to the topical segment, the topical table.
Where he did the.
And TC, this hair is looking good, man, absolutely looking good. Yes.
The only problem is that we
see Afroberry is hidden. TC is also slightly hidden as well. So yeah, I think from episode 10 or so we decided let's remove these bulb arms and then go with the tabletop microphones. So yeah, that was episode 2, so I'm just gonna jump to like episode 10 and see where we are. I need to filter from okay. I mean, if you ask me, there's quite a lot that I feel we need to improve upon, and the average number of streams, like number wise, we're getting about more than 120. So when we average it out. Okay, so that was episode 2. And then let's go. So that's episode 5, right? So episode 5, we added the news background. Okay, so let's have a look here.
Technology. I mean, to someone, you know, who is skeptical at
Right, so even the sound sounds much more richer now, right? So it's still the same equipment, but the sound sounds much more richer. So I just want to go to the news here, and you'll see that the background is there. However, the difference is that we didn't add the wording as well.
Good morning, South Africa. My name is Moiketi Maimai, and here are your news headlines for today right here on the Vooka News. National news headline: South African soldiers killed in DRC to be buried with full military honors. 14 South African soldiers who lost their lives in the ongoing violence
so this
in
is
the
what the
Democratic
news
Republic
looked like
of
in
Congo.
episode 5, and there's a slight improvement. And we've got traffic right here.
For traveling to
And I think by episode 5, yes, we had removed the.
But now, what do you say
we
about
had removed the boom arms so that you can see our faces clearly. So yeah, that was episode 5, and you'll see right at the bottom we've got this banner with pictures, right? So
maybe half an hour to do like light exercises. I remember there was once when we had a I think I saw somewhere where this
so at this stage we're sort of discovering that okay, we can go live, right, without any issues. However, there is still that thing of being able to stream even if no one is watching. So you'll see that there's 1 person, 2 people, 3 people, but you still continue as if you're streaming to an audience of God knows how many, right? So that was episode 5. So I'm just gonna skip to episode 30 or maybe 20. Let me go to 20 and see where we were at episode 20. And I also have to give a shout out because Mpo Kolopane was the first guest that we had. I'm not sure what episode that was, but we started streaming without any guests. Okay, and maybe you can see these ones here. That was TC and Afriberry. That was episode 16, and let's go to episode 20. See what this looks like, and it's at this stage that we are now doing the 3-hour episodes. 3-hour episodes that we had promised, and we started adding music as you've heard, and then let's see here, and then the news was slightly different because now we added text. There's pictures. Mo's wearing a suit and as you can see the microphone doesn't really look that good, so I mean we could have done more to hide this wire, but yep, that's the those are the news.
Femera in 2015 and sentenced to 20 years behind bars. Masango was arrested at a car hire dealership in Sandton. He is being investigated for several cases of car theft in Gauteng. It's alleged that he rented 4x4 bakkies and smuggled them into Mozambique to have them sold. On the second headline, parties rejected 2025 budget speech and they vowed to challenge it in Parliament. Despite heated debates,
So already I'm seeing a huge difference here, a huge difference. And then let's see what else is here. And then also for traffic, we started introducing the text at the bottom, right? So
area. Heavy congestion on the the R24 westbound approaching the Barber Road on-ramp due to the construction work near OR Tambo Airport. The emergency lane is closed. Remains open. That's all for now. Stay tuned for more updates throughout the show. Use the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show to engage with us throughout our social media platforms.
Right, so that was news, and let's see if we do have a guest here. Because I mean, we went quite some time without, getting a guest. and then we started doing fashion as well, right? So
Outfit of the day inspo. Tell me on all our social media platforms what you think of those inspirational pictures from Sino Forever, and maybe if you can vote on the one that you would mostly wear, and tell us where you would wear it as well. So okay, without wasting any further time, I'm going to tell you what is a clothing combination, right? A clothing combination refers to the various ways in which you can piece together individual pieces of clothing.
you know what, this I love, and we should do more of this because it's demonstrative, where we're showing and telling at the same time. So it's something we should absolutely bring back. And let me know in the comments, I mean, what are some of the things that we used to do that you would like us to bring back? But speaking of fashion, I mean, I'm looking at this here and it's looking really good, because what's nice about it is that we can get clothes. Okay, we can get clothes, and these clothes, we can also add the pricing and where to get those clothes, and have a model in studio to showcase it, so it becomes like an infomercial in a way. And there's a lot of guests that make clothes. They can come through and model their clothes as well, so it's something that we should absolutely double down. But I've seen that it's not that we don't want to, it's just that at a certain point there is a level of focus that we need to do. So for example, last week we were focusing on the foodpreneurs, people that make food, and it's becoming a thing in the show that people come through and showcase food. So we want to make sure that we do more of that. Okay, and so with fashion in this case, this is where we are. So this is something that I'll definitely talk to the team about, that we come back and do it.
Can be added or removed based on the weather. And today, as you can see, Berry has actually layered her outfit, because she has worn this top with a chiffon with a polo neck underneath, which for me looks like the utmost perfect combination against this sometimes chilly weather, because you know what, the sun has been peeking out, but I mean it's a bit chilly, so she's safeguarded herself with that by adding a polo neck underneath her chiffon blouse and adding the sleeveless top of the two-piece onto that. And I just don't know, but this morning she was just ready for us. And the combos are definitely communicating.
Guys, I'll tell you this something we should absolutely bring back. TC, if you're watching, or if you come back to this later, please, we need to make sure that we do a lot of this, because just like food, people first eat with their eyes, and in this case people will first dress with their eyes as well. So we can showcase some of the clothes that are available out there from designers. And I mean, we met a lady at the Protea Glen Mall. She's got an outlet and she sells clothes. So this is something that we can absolutely bring back every Friday. People can see a model wearing these clothes. We showcase the pricing, and we show where they should, or where they can get the clothes from, because that's important because we need to do things with intent. We show the clothes, what the garment is, the item, where they can get it, and the price, and it's being modeled, and this is how it looks like. Okay, so happy about this, and we've got a lot of gems, and this is one of them as well. So this was episode 20 episodes in, we were able to do something like this. So definitely something we should bring back, maybe twice a week, where we showcase some of the clothes innovations that are taking place out there. It doesn't have to be a long segment. This could easily take 5 minutes, where we just showcase and then move on the show. So we're looking at ramping things up in that fashion, so that it's like a a quick in and out kind of thing. Okay, so happy about that, and that was episode 20. In fact, I feel like maybe there's just a whole other nuggets out there on the previous episodes, but we'll definitely go back, watch these, and see what we can bring back. But I know people love the food people love, and showcasing the fashion here, I know people will also love it as well. So definitely something that we need to double down at least twice a week. We need to showcase some of the fashion right here. So let me just go to my comments quickly, and sure guys, I've missed a lot of these comments. So Musi Mist comes through and he says, let me switch here to full screen. So Miss comes through and he says, sheesh man, this takes me back. I know bro. I remember at the time I was just about going it was just about going live, and that particular Friday was quite a hot one. Yes, because I saw Mo wearing a t-shirt, you were wearing light as well. So yeah, so right now if you watch the previous live streams from last week, you can see people are wearing jackets, but that was back in summer. And then Musi comes through, says that can't wait to see some of those old episodes and conversations. Exactly, so this is one of them, the fashion. And let me know, do you like this? Because what I see here is an opportunity for us to also contribute towards the textile sector, where it says 2-piece geometrical set, various outlets, it's 800 Rand. But if we become more strategic or intentional that this is sold at so and so, that's their website, that's the contact details, I think we can contribute towards an economy that circulates around us in the townships and to the world. Because if someone from the US is watching this and they're like, look, I want this, I'm willing to pay for the shipping, why not? Right? Why not? So continuing here with the comments, Tembi says, yep, it goes with saying that action speaks louder than words. So it was really happening. Look now where you are, team. Shout out to you, Vooka Nation. Exactly. So you start wherever you are and you continue. So you guys saw that a second ago. I had to move out of the frame here. That's because they brought me breakfast. So the Vooka Breakfast Show, they brought me breakfast. I'll show you in a second what this is, but hey man, it smells really good. So thank you to Simami for that, my sweetheart. And then Takani B says, good morning Vooka Nation, hope you are all well. Happy Thursday Bahlali, hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. And then Musi comes through saying that, laugh out loud Mr. B, I still say the picture on the screen on episode 2 during traffic was the one. Absolutely. Absolutely. Something we need to, I think, because now we do have the time to go back and fix and tweak some of those things, because back then it was about putting out the big fires or plugging the biggest holes. So now that we do have the time to tweak things a little bit more better, we should absolutely do that. So we should do the exercise of going back, studying some of the episodes, what can we bring back, what has changed, what has improved, and then we can make sure that we provide a beautiful viewing experience from episode 101 moving beyond. I mean, we've created a sort of like a little bookshelf just beneath the TV that we have, so that looks good as well. So let's go through some of these episodes. So this was episode 20, and I like the fashion. Yep. And then we also have this ad, right, that I know a lot of people don't like it, but yeah, because I mean, this was a filler for us. This was definitely a filler, and that's the ad.
Stay tuned, comment.
And by the way, we don't play this ad anymore, but we can play it once in a while, right?
subscribe, share your thoughts and your opinions and everything else in between. We're going to be coming to a street to do live near you, wanting to know what your thoughts are out there on the streets.
Of course, we've got TCO Mazibuba with the traffic update. Right now, we are going to N1 southbound to make sure that whatever that you guys get, it is real-time information.
Yes, sir.
So, looking at Mukhorosi, we have robots that are not working right here, but the traffic is moving. We're going to look at...
right, so that's the ad. That's the ad. Absolutely love it. And yeah, so as a quick update, they brought me breakfast, and guys, this is really good. So I'll show you right here what I have. Number one, I've got whoops. So this is bacon. That's bacon. Russian, and some chips. Some chips right there. Okay. So that's my breakfast for today, and I'll have it in a second. But yeah, that's the breakfast I got today. That's the breakfast I got. Cool. So this was episode 20. So let's jump to 30. Maybe let's just do it in tens, right? Let's do it in tens. And let me switch here to the screen. Yeah, guys, it's been an epic experience, I tell you. Episode 20. So maybe let me not spoil everything for today. I'll just cover the episodes, but I think what we should do also in one of the Thursdays, when we hit episode 100, is to also go through some of the guests that we've had. So maybe let me not spoil it too much, but I've covered the first few. So let me go to episode 30 and a little bit about the rant show, or maybe let me leave the rant show for the for episode 100, when we reflect back on the work that we have done, so that we can do it together as a team in studio, right? But let me just go to episode 30. And as you can see, that the thumbnails, the pictures were blue at the time, and we decided, okay, it's a bit mundane, let's change it up to the new design. So hopefully you like the new design, and maybe, just maybe, at episode 100 we're gonna change it. Okay, so let's go to episode 30 and see what was happening in episode 30. Definitely we started having music and a thing called picture of the day, right? Picture of the day. So let's see what picture of the day was back then.
Vooka family, you are tuned in to another amazing episode of the Vooka Breakfast Show. My name is TC Gamazibugo Shabalala, your prime cut creative and your positivity dose of the day. I am obviously never alone. I can never be alone, because of course we have an amazing team here at the Vooka Breakfast Show, committed to making you the content that keeps you energized and gives you the vibrance you need to get on with your day. I'm introducing my co-host for the day, Umweketi My Money. How are you, my brother?
TC, a very good morning to you. Thank you so much, man, for that beautiful intro. I'm feeling good, man, because it's a brand new week. And you know, right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, we always bring you some good contents that we're going to unpack. And also we bring guests from various and different fields so that they can share much and use that information right there at home, so that you can use it, to, apply it on your daily basis. By the way, my name is Muketi Maimane, and this is the VOOKA Breakfast Show, your epic morning show that you've been waiting for. It's yet another brand new week. Yeah,
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. The stream, not the stream, but the software crashed. Okay. So we need more powerful computers. I mean, I've got a gaming laptop, but in terms of the stream, for it to keep up, it's really doing a lot. Um, but I trust this. I trust this machine. It has gotten us through so many of the live streams out there. We use this at um, the Rancho, um, Protea Glen, so it's quite a capable machine. But hey, we need more. We absolutely need more. Excuse me. So that was episode 30, right? The episode 30. In fact, I'm thinking. Here's an idea. We should um, we should play a game, right? Sorry, someone's calling here. Sorry about that. And now my screen is gone. My second screen. Oh man. Okay, so I'm thinking we play a game because we've introduced a segment called Picture of the Day. So, with Picture of the Day, I mean, if you guys have been watching, we can just show the picture but not tell you where that is. And the game will then be, hey, tell us what the picture of the day is, or that location is. So, it's something that we definitely going to introduce. But the one thing that we also introduced, which was really fun, but it just requires a bit of time, is games, right? Is games. So maybe let's just continue with episode 30. Sorry man, something's happening to my screen here. Okay, so with episode 30, I mean we had already introduced sorry, one sec. Okay, I need to re-add the screen here. Okay, so we're back online. Sorry about that. We were having a rhythm. Okay. So, I was just mentioning that there are issues that we do experience that will make the studio. Ideally, we're looking at 8 so that we can show you behind the scenes as well, but also, even when we're shooting, you get to feel like you are in the room. So that's the experience we're looking at providing in order for you to gain a sense of what's happening. So definitely looking forward to that. I know the cameras will come because with only 2 cameras we are able to produce what we produce, right? So you can only imagine when we get 4 cameras. And I think this was an absolute good start because whenever someone says, hey, I don't have the right equipment, I don't have this, I don't have that, usually most of the time you don't really need the equipment, you just need to start. And that's exactly what we did. Okay, so speaking of equipment, I was just talking about the reason the stream keeps crashing because I am running everything inside one laptop. Okay, and in this laptop I'm running the stream, I'm running the audio, I'm doing the screen sharing so that you guys can see it, and it's taking a toll on the PC. So professionally, what they would tend to do is to have multiple machines, and these multiple machines are aided towards separating the different workloads. So the first workload may be responsible for graphics, where, for example, whenever we have an overlay banner, the water is Phoenix Ponds. So I just added this banner, and I'm running this, excuse me, and I'm running this on the same PC that's running the video, the audio, the graphics, as well as other things out there. So it's taking a toll on the PC, and that's the banner right there. And professionally, they would separate these. So the banners, graphics, you name it, all of these would go onto a separate PC that's responsible for doing things like these overlays, hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show right here, the system clock, and so on and so on. And you've seen recently, whenever someone comments, we do have the comments that show up. Okay, so the comments, whenever they show up, that can be handled by another PC. That's all. And any comment of the workload, it doesn't have to stress that much when running all of these things. But these things happen, and we struggle moving forward. So we've got comments now. We've got comments. So when you comment on social media, you see the comment. We've also introduced the time, which normally sits right here. And the reason for audio only is that some people are driving, they are going to work, and yes, they can put it on YouTube and then just have the audio play back, but we want to create an audio experience where it's audio only. So if you in future, when you are driving and you log on to our website, maybe we'll see if we do create an app for that, or you can just pin it on your phone. We'll probably do a tutorial about that. Then you should be able to listen to the Vooka Breakfast Show as and when you're driving. Although it's not FM like on your car stereo, but you can listen to it if you're plugged in, you've plugged your phone, and most modern cars allow you to do that. But even if you were to just use the aux out on your phone, you should be able to have an audio experience so that more and more people can listen and join in the conversation. So yes, we do provide the visual experience. It makes total sense. And then there are some segments that require where, not that they require, but some segments that are video first. Okay, like when I was showing you earlier the fashion blog where they were showcasing the clothing and all of that. I think for people that are listening, it won't be a good experience, but for anything that is topical, then it makes sense for them to listen in. So I think 80% of the entire show, all things audio, people should be able to enjoy that. Right, so that's the audio ones coming soon. I can't really say when, but then one thing I have in mind is that when we have those segments that require or is only video only, then we should have something that's a filler for the ones that are listening. So maybe when we are watching the video, something else could be playing for the audio that's more or less the same time. And yeah, maybe it could be music. We can start introducing local artist music, but we'll see how we navigate that. But that one's coming pretty soon. It could be next month, the audio only. Okay, so happy about that. And then we've also shouted or given we've spoken about the Vooka Academy, right? So courses. Right now, there's only one course, but it's a financial course, and I think most people will find value in that. So it's going to be coming out tomorrow, so we're going to be showcasing it. You can start signing up tomorrow, take the course, do the whole modules, and then tell us at the end what do you think we should improve for the next courses. And it's also video based as well, so it's not just text, but then you also get to watch a video as and when they walk you through it. So big shout out to Osvaldo as well as Kiamohetu for that. And then more courses are coming. So I'm a graphic designer. I did a whole lot of design work from graphics, photo, even websites. So I'm going to be creating courses for that, because I believe that for any of the youth or anyone out there that's watching and they want to start making an income, I've got the skills to literally start earning money today. So yes, there is your university or college, that's fine, but I can give you a skill that you can take to a business and say, look, let me design your logo for you, and you get paid because of that. So I'll also be doing courses in the media space as well. And not forgetting AI as well, because in today's day and age, if you really want to gain that competitive advantage, then AI is something that you should look into. Okay, so we were still busy with the episodes, so I'm just maybe gonna stop here, because I recognize that I might just be taking shine and thunder from when we reach episode 100. So we're gonna maybe continue from episode 31 moving forward, and then talking about some of the changes, the things that we had introduced, and so on. So I think for now, I'm just gonna rest it here in terms of the videos, and the other videos I'll probably play them as premieres. Okay, as a premiere. So let me just get this video in here quickly. Okay. Alright, so this is where we were, which was episode 30, picture of the day. We've got news that do have the text at the bottom, and yeah, you can see that we fixed the microphone this time around, right? The microphone was fixed, looks proper, looks in place, and it's looking really good, and but the other thing you'll also start seeing is that we will be much more intentional with each and every single day. I mean, today is a Thursday, and it's a spiritual Thursday, so we'll start being more intentional about the kind of stuff that we do, so that you guys see the differences right there. So yep, I think I'll stop it here, because I really don't want to take away the shine for when we reach episode 100. So I'm not going to count this as an episode, but hopefully you were entertained, and this won't be the full 3 hours up until 10 o'clock. So I'm going to rest it here, because there's still work to be done, there's still problems to be solved, and that's exactly what I'm going to do after this. So let me just check if there's any comments, and yeah, we'll resume tomorrow. We'll resume. I mean, if there's no electricity, I mean, with Mo, the last time he read news from the comfort of his own home, so we could do a stream like this, but it involves the team, so we're going to plan around it, and I think it's something we should do moving forward, because there will be challenges in as far as electricity is concerned. So we need to find ways to mitigate all of those challenges even before they arrive or before they come. So we're gonna absolutely do that. And then let's just see here quickly. Cool. So no other comments, but yeah, so I'm happy that I took you on this journey just to show you where we started. Obviously there's a lot that I've left out, and we do have some footage of behind the scenes as well, of you know, the kind of stuff that we do. But I'll show you a clip, just a little snippet of what happens also behind the scenes, and this is for the Vooka members. So if you become a Vooka member, either silver, gold, or platinum, then you'll be able to see some of this content as and when it comes out. So I think I need to switch to my profile, because I lead by example. I am a Vooka member, and I've also taken up the subscription as well. So let me just go to my account and then show you what behind the scenes looks like as well. So just give me a second here.
You failed math as an example.
Yeah, so I mean, we also started doing online interviews, right? This is I think it's in Tundeni, I think so. That was an online interview, and yeah, whether you are in studio or not, we still do the interview. So let's go to the memberships, and if you're not a member yet, please join and become a member, because there's a whole lot of things that you can gain. So whoops, what did I do? Okay, so there. So there's videos that are member only, there's loyalty badges, there's member chat live only, priority replies and all of that. There's photo and status updates, member only chat rooms where only the members can chat, right? So let me just show you some of the member only videos. So like I told you, I am a member, I'm a member. So on this day we had Mama Anna and Mama Tembi. So they were, cooking for us, and these are some of the behind the scenes.
What are we going for first? How would you like us? I don't know. Let's try the staple food, because how I like.
And this is exclusive content. As you can see, we are dishing up and eating our hearts out. So you can see us eating here. See, we're eating military style. Military. So if the enemy comes, we're already on our feet. Right? We don't sit down, we eat in a squatted position, because when the enemy comes, we are ready. So this happens after. But here's the rest of the team.
So I play this, so it's
75 funds.
75 funds.
Go ya ka wena gore o batla mogodi or o batla chicken or o batla eng. Did you call them, sir? And there's still more, Chief. Did you call him, sir? Oh. No, man, he's in the...
Okay, so that's the behind the scenes, and there's a lot that we're gonna post definitely. And guess what? When we start traveling, there's gonna be a whole lot more behind the scenes, and this is just a way to say thank you to the Vooka Nation. So, yep, I don't want to spoil it, so you're gonna have to tune in to episode 100, and we're gonna have to advertise it. We're gonna have to advertise it and say, look, episode 100 is coming up, and please tune in. And we're gonna make it very special, because we're also going to take a look at some of the things that we've done in the past and all of that. So again, guys, it was epic. Thank you so much for taking 2 hours to join me, and I do apologize because the stream wasn't as reliable. These are small. So as mentioned, if electricity still is an issue, we do have a plan on how we can solve this, where Mo, myself, as well as someone else, we can stream from the comfort of our own homes. And so looking forward to that. Again, episode 200, that's the official launch, that's the party that we're going to be doing, so looking forward to that one definitely, and we'll give you more details. But chances are we should hit episode 200 around the December time. But even if we don't really reach 200, I think we should still do our launch come December, because even if we hit 200 around the festive time, then most people are traveling around that time, so we'll definitely do that. But again, thank you so much. I'm not gonna spoil everything, because there's a lot that we've done, so I think we should rather cover it as a team and laugh, make jokes, because there's a lot of untold stories, and I'm hoping that when we are sitting together as a team, we can then tell those stories, funny moments, emotional moments. I mean, there's times where I had to exit the show because one of our own wasn't feeling well, and I would ask another person to take over. But yeah, it's really been beautiful. It's been beautiful. So thinking about not next week, but that other week, it's going to be episode 100. So we're going to plan something epic for you guys. And if you're watching and you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscription button, because we gonna be giving you more and more epic content moving forward, and it doesn't stop here. So the journey continues. My name is Banele. Usually I'm behind the scenes, not really a presenter, but yeah. So Thank you again. Thanks. 6 rand sold like today. It helps us to keep the lights going. Yeah, and it shows your love and your support for us. So thank you guys. I'll see you again tomorrow at 7 a.m. So siya stream noma kanjani. So siya Vooka noma kanjani. So it is a movement. Thank you to the Vooka Nation and thank you to everyone. So I'll end it off here. And then some of the content, the interviews, I'll post them as normal. You'll see them on the channel. And yeah, so if you're wondering, hey guys, I haven't been seeing you post or stream on Facebook, there's a reason for that. We've decided to only stream content and these nice short videos. So we're also trying to streamline how we post online as well. And that also is coming together nicely. So structure is forming. So yep, be on the lookout for that. And we've got a WhatsApp channel. So on WhatsApp, if you go to channels, search for Vooka Breakfast Show, you'll see it. And we post various content, the guests that we've had. We post anything of interest that you would be interested in. So yeah, thank you guys, thank you. And I'm gonna leave it here and say bye bye. I know it's not 10 yet, but all is well, all is well. Thank you again, thank you. Don't be surprised, we're not in the studio. We're experiencing electricity issues, but we are here, and tomorrow again we'll be here, and hopefully it will be restored by tomorrow, but definitely by Monday it should be up and running. So peace and blessings unto everyone, and I'll leave you with this song. Is it a song? Yeah, it is. Oops, it's not here. It's not here. Okay. But anyway, cheers Vooka Nation. See you guys tomorrow and stay blessed.